What did you think of the stretch? What happened with a couple seconds to go? You guys hung on. Were you nervous?
I'm not nervous, but you just, I mean, plays that happen, you're just sitting there like, what just happened? All being thrown away and, you know, some of the free throws. But let me tell you, they executed the last one, we were fouled. I'm not one to usually do it, but the way that game was playing, he would have made that three. There ain't no question he'd have banked it, so that three would have gone in. So that's why I decided to do that. The kids executed, and Archie did it, had a good foul, and we rebounded the last one. But all that aside, folks, I was so proud of Alex. I can't begin to tell you. He has basically, in his mind, been tortured to play harder, to compete. In other words, it's like torture what we're doing to him, just making him run, you know, making him do individuals, pushing him, and for him to go out and make those free throws and come up with those balls and do the things he did to help us win the game. And he smiled. It's the first time he smiled all year. As he walked off the court, he smiled. And so I was happy with him, and I thought Nerlens fought like crazy too.
Cal, there's a sequence right there when they're inbound. It looked like you guys might have had 6 guys almost on the floor. You might have pulled off right before it happened. What was going on there?
Well, if they, you can have 8 on the floor, but before they hand them the ball, you can only have 5. So if you have balls handed in and you got 7 guys on the court, but I didn't see all the stuff. Everybody was saying something, but I just know when that ball was handed, we had 5 guys on the court.
Along with Alex, does Robic get a little assist as MVP? I think he yanked Nerlens off the floor.
Yeah, normally what we do is, and it's not the kids' fault, but we line up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Point guard, 2 guard, 3 man, 4 man, 5. On every timeout. That's how we line up. So if there's 2 5s, well, which one of us are in? Okay? Or there are 2 4s or 2 3s, that's how we line up. I think we got sloppy in that timeout, and I got all my staff after the game and said, one of you need to be responsible for that. So that may have happened, but again, he was off the court.
In terms of Alex, could you tell right away, was there something you could see early in him that this was going to be his day?
He's getting it. Look, it takes, all these kids are different. They're not machines. They've all been brought up different. They've all been coached different. They're all different. And our job is to help each of them reach their potential and challenge them. And, you know, you talk about success being a peace of mind, knowing you've done your best. Today, he can walk out of there knowing he did his best. Now, that's win or lose. He did his best. Now, there's some other guys that should not have peace of mind. So they may look and say, I got to do better, but that means I got to practice better, I got to go harder, I've got to do those things. But when you walk off the court and you have peace of mind, you don't have to worry about winning and losing. Winning and losing takes care of itself.
Under a minute left, 20-year-old's last offense possessions. Goodwin wasn't in the game. Is there anything to that?
I don't even remember. I don't know. I probably wasn't in because I didn't have him on. I didn't want him getting fouled. So I just put the better free throw shooters on the court.
And then on defense, Olsen instead of Hara?
Just size.
Ellie.
And because it worked, oh, Cal, I was really smart, you fouled. What if the kid tried to shoot a 3 from half court and we fouled? And he goes to the line and makes 3 on Jared. Why did you have him in the game? That's coaching. Whatever you do, if you win, you're a genius. If you lose, you're a goofball. So.
Alex posted up strong. He also
Right.
had that fast break through the press. What impression did those kind of plays make on you?
Well, I just want to see that competitive spirit, and that's what he showed today. Probably played about 3 or 4 minutes more than he needed to, but we had to have him on the court because other guys weren't performing, and he did fine. But you know, yeah, pulled it out. Yeah, he did good. I'm telling you, without him, we don't win. 20 and 12 out of the freshmen in this league. And again, I've watched all 5 of LSU's games, and let me tell you, that even Florida had him down, but they started pressing Florida. Florida did not do what we did to that press, and they made a game of it because of it. So LSU's going to win their games. They ran up the game. They played how they have to play. They did not press as much as we thought maybe, but because it's like Alabama pressed us. They did us a favor by pressing us, but Johnny's doing a heck of a job. Johnny O'Brien was a bear today. I did not want to double team him. We probably should have. I just chose to say I don't want to get those guys making threes, so we did. He got his points and rebounds. He did great. He played well.
John, when you talk about Alex in the second half, the first 9 minutes, he didn't get a shot. Was that something he wasn't doing in that time? Something they were doing, or what?
I don't know. To watch the tape, maybe we may have run something to him and they took him away. So what happens to us is we have 6 guys basically in double figures. Julius had 9 and Kyle had 8. The other guys all had double figures. So that means you have great balance, and he still had 20. I mean, those are the teams that are hard to beat,
This is kind of silly, but why did you take the gym shoes off in the second?
I'm just not comfortable wearing them. They were new. By the way, I'm going to sign both shoes and auction them both off for the American Cancer Society, so that'll be on the website. What's the website, Jerry? CoachCal.com. Thank you, Jerry.
Coach, when Noel came out with an injury, it seemed like that Welcher really went to the board a couple times. Are really strong.
Yeah, he did. Kyle's playing better. We didn't make our threes today, and that gave them an advantage. But Kyle's, you should see him in practice. If I let you guys all in practice, you'd walk out of there and say, "Wow, I love watching Kyle practice." Now, he didn't always do that. And I asked him, why'd you change? What happened? He said, "I was embarrassed after Vanderbilt. And I didn't want to be that player." So he's dunking probably 20 times a practice. He's flying up and down the court. He's talking to his teams. He's having fun. He's he's showing leadership. The one thing I told our guys, the one thing for all of us, the greatest development in our history is the ability to understand I can change my attitude and I can change my habits. And when I do change my attitude and habits, it changes who I am. We got some other guys that I can't get them to understand. You got to change your attitude and you got to change your habit. Now, an attitude doesn't mean you're bad, you're talking back and all that. It may be an attitude toward work. It may be an attitude toward being a teammate. It may be an attitude toward accepting your role. There's all kind of things. But when you know I can change my attitude and I can change my habits, and that will change who I am and what I'm about. I'm just trying to keep telling these guys, that and have fun playing. I mean, they're playing like they're afraid to lose. And I'm telling them I'm not afraid to lose. And if you win, who's going to get the credit? They will. And I already told them, if we lose, who's going to take responsibility? I've been here 4 years now. I will take responsibility. I'm not putting it on a player. So just play. If we lose, it's on me. If you win, it's about you. But these guys are young. What happens is they make a mistake. Do you see their heads go down? And then they go up, give an offensive rebound in a basket. That's what 18-year-olds do. They're so into how they're playing, not what they have to do to the team. It's not that they're selfish. It's their whole life has been that. So we're working on it, and slowly we're working on it, and it's nice to walk out of here with a win. It would have been an ugly L. We gave, just like every other game, we're giving people a chance to beat us when we should be gapping the game, but that's who we are. And that means I've got to come up with foul the guy before he shoots a three. Stuff I don't like to do, we're going to have to do. Because, again, I'd like to say some of the games we have coming up, I hope they're close to. We got some tough games coming up.
John, there's been a lot of teams at the top of the ranking that have been losing this week. Does this year strike you as more wide open than usual, and that any team, regardless of seed, if they get hot, they can do a lot of damage?
Yeah, I keep telling, everybody when you watch games, you just say, you know what, let's just get right. We got to get this thing right. I'm not worried about another team. I don't care who wins or loses. If I get this team right, we'll be fine. We're not right now. You saw it. We're still not. You got to get out of your own self's way. You You got to get out of your own self's way so you can bust through. In basketball or any sport, it's not play to play. You got to have amnesia. You miss a shot, amnesia, forget it. You turn it over, amnesia. You can't let it affect the next 3 plays. That's what we're doing, folks. And we talk about it, we address it, we show them, I got it. Next miss layup, what? Head down and draw back. Gave up a 3. That was your man. I know, but I was picking up the ball and I was trying to go, and my bike went in the apple hit me in the head. What? What did you just say? I mean, it's like, but that's who we are. We're this young team, and I wish they were moving faster, but I'm so ecstatic for Alex. I'm ecstatic how Nerlens is continuing to grow as a player. Now we got to get some other guys to catch up. Thanks.
Yeah, but don't worry. Don't worry. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Ha